Welcome back, family, friends, and fans. It is Karma Lately. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We're gonna do our monthly Parosmia update. And for those of you who don't know, I got COVID back in December of 2020. I then got anosmia, which a lot of people were getting back then, which was complete lack of taste and smell. And then in March, I got parosmia, which is a disorder where you basically get so much damage. You get a damage here in your olfactory neurons that distorts your sense of flavors and smells, and not just foods, but just in general. And so the neurons that we have here that control our sense of smell and taste, they're so damaged that they're not sending the right signals to our brain. And as a result, we are getting really bad reactions and symptoms because of these strong and terrible smells. So, and they're smells that we've never smelled before. Majority of us are in agreement that some of these things that we're smelling, we've never actually smelled before. So it's really hard to describe, but we've described it as rotten flesh, burning rotten garbage, obnoxious, disgusting, intolerable, insufferable. Those are some of the common rancid. Those are some of the common descriptive words that we'll use for the foods and smells that we experience. We have a couple of things that I want to talk about today. I did do a COVID study recently. There's a video that I'm going to put in the link for that. And the COVID study was basically said that I do have a bad case of parosmia. I also have a bad case of hyposmia. Hyposmia is when you have lessened smell and lessened flavors. So it's not that you can't taste it, but it's very faint, and that's hyposmia. Today's a good day. You know, that's all I can say. For those people who are experiencing parosmia, you know that we have our good days and we have our bad days. And you got to take your wins however you can, and you got to choose your battles. And when I say choose your battles, this is something that's hard for people who either are not experiencing parosmia or don't understand what they're experiencing. So there's different levels to what we're to the distortion. So there could be a food that is tolerable. It's not great, but it's tolerable. I can tolerate it. I can eat it and not feel sick or disgusted or want to throw up or anything. Then you have a food that's less tolerable. Then you have a food that's intolerable. Then you have foods that you can't even smell, let alone eat it. Forget about eating it, but just being in anywhere around it, it's insufferable, obnoxiously rancid. You almost think that the smell can drive you crazy. So, and this is the reason why we have so many different, and so there's different levels even for each person that has parosmia, but there's also different types of parosmia grades. So there's people who have parosmia very lightly, and then there's people and they're at home and they can eat a lot of different foods, but then there's some foods that are distorted. And then we have people who are on the severe side where they are in hospitals, on feeding tubes. You know, we had somebody in our Facebook support group talking about how they could only have water at the moment. And they had water and then they were contemplating going to the hospital. And so if you're at that point, I would also say that even with water, like if you can try, I don't know how, obviously it must be very severe to the point where even the protein powders are probably going to taste bad. But if there's a protein powder that you could tolerate and mix it in with the water, that would be great, because I learned in this whole process that not having protein is not an option for me. I can go without having a lot of things, but not protein. I get sick. And so my body, and this is probably true for most of us, it's just that since majority of us don't have parosmia and are eating normal diets, we won't tell, but I need to have protein every day in my life. When I don't have it, I get sick. Excuse me. I woke up really early today. So some things have gotten better for me. One thing that I feel like has gotten better is I'm able to stand near the toaster when someone's toasting bread. I wasn't able to do that before, and now I can. I still can't eat anything that's really like fried or like anything. The most that I could do is microwave food, and when I microwave it, I usually have to let it sit for a bit, because the heat on the foods also. So if you tried a food and it was intolerable, but it was a fried food or a food that was roasted or baked in the oven, try that same food if you can. I don't know what food it is, but try boiling or try boiling it or lightly sauteing it with butter or something like that, or cooking it in the microwave. That might be a game changer, because one of the things that increases distortion with this parosmia is heat, and things that are toasted or roasted or burning or whatever. For whatever reason, it really does make things a lot worse in flavor and smell. And so that's a tip that I can give you guys from the experience that I have. I'm 10 months in, and it's tiring. It's tiring to eat the same things every single day. You have to really have a strong mind to be able to do something like this, and have some sort of discipline for your mental state, your physical state, and your spiritual. I am so tired. So that has gotten better. I was able to eat grape nut cereal. It's tolerable. It's not something that's enjoyable, but it's choosing your battles. I'll take tolerable any day over rancid. So I'm able to have that. I'm also able to have pita bread, a specific brand of pita bread. Able to have that one. And so I have that plain. I can't have it with the cheese because my meals are all cheese based. And so for dinner, I'll walk you through my regimen for my diet. I have, oh, by the way, I'm seeing a nutritionist every single month. And I started seeing her in October of 2021. And I've been seeing her every single month. And that has really helped tremendously with getting new ideas on how to make my system that I have better, and trying foods that will benefit me. But my daily routine is basically a fig bar in the morning. Sometimes I'll have a fig bar in the morning. Sometimes I'll have like these coconut macaroons, and usually things that are sweet I can eat, but it's like I don't want to have a lot of sweet stuff just because it's too, I know how to say this in Spanish. In English, it overstimulates the palate, but in English it would be empalaga. So it's like, it's empalagante, it's too much. Like, I don't want that much sweet in my life. I already have the smoothies. I don't want anything else. So, but having sugar in certain things does make it better, more tolerable to have. So that's what I'll have for breakfast, and to drink I'll usually have oat milk with a scoop of my protein, and I mix it in really, really good. I especially like doing that right after a yoga session. I tend to do my yoga in the morning, and then so right after I have my oat milk with protein and a fig bar usually. So for between 3:30 and 4:30, I eat my mac and cheese or my cacio e pepe. And both of these are, cacio e pepe is a glorified mac and cheese. Both of these are cheese pastas, and I just put some Himalayan sea salt and freshly ground peppercorn. I usually add some avocado. I'm grateful that I can eat avocado. I also have discovered these Dr. Prager's sweet potato littles, and I try to have that with all my meals. I'll have like 3 or 4 of those, and they're like these thick, I guess they're made for kids, and they're like thick little dinosaurs and teddy bear shapes, and they're nice and thick, and in my mind I think I'm eating a chicken nugget. And so I eat that with my pasta and my or my cacio e pepe, and then the last meal that I usually have is my shake. Alternatively, if I have my shake early, then I'll have the pasta late, but I try not to have the pasta late because it's not good to eat pasta, to eat like things that are with so many carbs late at night anyways. I'm still within keto, because I heard that for the keto diet, you can have carbs. You just have to have less than 50 grams, I believe. And I definitely have less than 50 grams of carbs with the pasta. So at least with the portion that I eat. Some things did get worse. I think that the smell of sofrito is worse. So onions, garlic, peppers, meats, it's gotten worse. I don't know if the meat's gotten worse, but definitely the onions and whatever. And I only smell it upon passing, because here in the house they haven't really been so the girls do eat meat, but they've been doing more like chicken patties that they don't have to do a lot of seasoning for, or stuff like that. They haven't been doing sofrito here in the house. I smell it from outside. I don't know what it is. I know that it's distorted. And my daughters are usually my nose. And so I'll ask them, I'll be like, what is that? And then they'll tell me, they're like, Mom, it's heavy duty sofrito. Or Mom, it's, onions and garlic or whatever. So, sucks. Because I love sofrito. And I love cooking, and haven't been able to cook in that capacity. I did learn a new dish. I learned cacio e pepe. And so I'm happy and grateful for that, but I don't want to eat cacio e pepe every day. As far as my nutritionist, she advised me last time to eat, so because the mac and cheese and the cacio e pepe are not high in protein, she advised me to include some egg into the meal, the pasta. I can't have egg. Egg is completely intolerable. But she said, try egg whites. So I said, you know what? I haven't tried just egg whites. Let me see. I tried it, and it tasted like a bomb went off in my pasta. And unfortunately, I ruined the whole meal. So I had to do something else to eat for dinner. Because like a dunce, I put the egg whites mixed in with all the pasta, and that didn't work out well. So, yeah. Weird. So I just told her now, I saw her a couple of days ago, I told her that it didn't work out, and she advised me to next up try tofu. And one might say, well, why haven't you tried tofu? You should have been tried tofu. Well, because for the past 10 months I've been trying to survive dealing with a disorder that I have to survive on a day-to-day, minute-by-minute basis, where every day there's a new, issue or something that I want that I can't have, or a lot of things seem obvious, but for those of us who are experiencing parosmia, A, things don't seem obvious, and B, we're just sometimes so caught up that we're not seeing some of the bigger pictures. So she told me tofu, and I am really excited about trying it. I haven't tried it yet. So for February, which is going to be the next parosmia update, I'm going to let you guys know what's up with tofu, and if I was able to incorporate it into my mac and cheese, if I was able to tolerate it at all. If it's semi-tolerable, but it will affect the mac, then I'll put it on the side and I won't mix it up with the mac. I'll just try eating it and convince myself that it's chicken. If you guys have any cool ways of cooking the tofu so that I don't have to fry it or put it in the oven, please let me know. I would love to hear about it, because I don't think that I can fry it or put it in the oven. So that's gonna be weird. So that's gonna be the next thing that I try, the tofu. Other than that, if you are experiencing parosmia, I am sorry. I do feel for you, and I do have other videos with tips that I'll put in the description. I just hope that you are working on your spirit and your mind, which would be yoga, meditation. I also encourage you to do acupuncture. And it was, in fact, my acupuncturist, my natural doctor, who was introduced to me by my sister Smilie, which I'm really grateful because he was so amazing. This acupuncturist told me when I was maybe 2 months in with parosmia, he was like, this is not going to be an overnight cure. You are going to probably have parosmia for a year, give or take. For some people we've had to give. For some people we took. So in our support group, we have people who still are 16 months in and parosmia has not gone away at all. Very little has gotten better. And then we have some people who got better in just a few months. So it really all depends on your body, not even necessarily on all the things, because there's a lot of vitamins we could take and medicine and nasal sprays. I feel like all of these things can help us to heal, but it's still up to our body to decide when these neurons are going to snap back into action and get back to normal. And I think that all depends on each person and the amount of damage that was done. So, and the lifestyle that we live as well, because if you're somebody who is, drinking a lot of alcohol, smoking a lot of cigarettes, not getting enough sleep, like if you're not living a healthy lifestyle, even with parosmia, I don't foresee you getting better sooner. But who knows? Everybody's body is different. So I would definitely say get your mind right. That's what helped me. Acupuncture helped me with my nerves and my anxiety and panic attacks. Yoga helped cure the vertigo completely. Also helps me to stay in tune with myself and balanced, and stay feeling fit, because sometimes we are eating high carbs because there's so much that we can tolerate with sweet foods. Like I can eat cake, I can eat the filling of pies, I can eat I really can't eat a lot of cookies. I just found out that I can eat the Walker cookies, the shortbread Walker cookies, WALKER. And so that was a nice discovery, because I can tolerate those. And I'm assuming that a lot of homemade stuff, so like if I get my daughter to make me some shortbread cookies, I'm sure I can eat those. A lot of the times it's the things that they put into the foods that kind of make us also make it intolerable. So definitely try making some of these things at home. If you can get somebody to do it for you, even better, because working with the stove and working with the oven, it's such a problem. So yeah, definitely get your mind right. And then I also have one more tip, and I'm gonna actually show you guys. I recently did a parosmia hack video, but it was a short. And when you do shorts, they don't show up really on my feed, on my video feed. So I want you guys to, so I'm just going to demonstrate for you really quickly. It's a Parosmia hack for all of you men and women who have been wanting to paint your nails and have not been able to because of parosmia. I painted my nails last year twice, and both of the times I had to have my window open. One of the times I had to have my hand completely out of the window. And then once I had my nails painted, I kept my hand out and waited for like a while for it to like air out, dry, waited, and then washed my hands with like soap and to try to get the smell out. So it's not fun. So for all of you people who have parosmia and have not been able to paint your nails, and this might seem obvious to those of you who don't have parosmia, but for those of us who have been suffering, I just discovered this last month because I wasn't thinking about that. And we also have our battles to choose, and getting your nails done just doesn't seem to be one of those. So I recently ordered, I had found these first in my local 99-cent store, and it was good, but I guess because they were cheaper, I could still smell like it didn't smell very good. It wasn't very pleasant. It was less smelly than nail polish, but it was just not pleasant at all. With these, there's absolutely no smell. I'm gonna put the link in the description as well. And these I ordered these on Amazon, and I'm just gonna show you guys a couple of and so basically what you do is you make sure your nails are filed and there's no lotion or oils or anything like that. And what you're going to do, you're going to find the nail, find the sticker that matches. You're gonna put it on the nail, and I'm just doing this quickly with you guys here. You're gonna smooth it out. You're gonna cut close to your nail. You're gonna take, it came with this little filer thing. You're gonna take a filer, file lightly. I'm not doing it very hard. Smooth it out again, and literally that's it. I don't want to, I'm not giving you guys the bird, but I happen to do my middle finger. And it looks like it's professionally, you know, like you look like you went to the salon to get it done. And it lasts you a week. I mean, maybe more. I've taken it out in the week, but I had to scrape it off. It wasn't like, it never came out or anything like that. So I definitely recommend you guys to do this because this one doesn't smell at all. That's why I want to put the link to this specific one in the description, because I don't know if you order another one on Amazon and it does smell. This one has zero smell. And so I highly recommend it, especially for those of you who are experiencing parosmia and want to paint your nails. I definitely recommend this to all of you. So I'm just demonstrating one more. See? And there's sparkly ones there. This one's not so sparkly, but it is shiny. They are shiny. They have their shine. And that is that. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in, following me on this journey. It has been difficult. Sharing with you has been helping me mentally to feel like, you know what, I'm helping other people. I know I'm not alone. I'm getting responses in the messages letting me know that some of you are going through this, and it hasn't been easy for you either, and we're in this together. So I'm gonna put all the links to Facebook groups, just like I did in the other videos. I'm also gonna put all my Parosmia videos in the link as well. I'm sorry, in the description box as well. And yeah, it's a tough journey, but I am getting through it. Hopefully you guys have some good news for me. Those of you who've been following and have been sharing your journey, I know that it's even harder for some of the women that are pregnant. My heart goes out to you all, and to the younger kids who are going through this as well. I know that there's some teenagers and some preteen children that have been going through this, and I'm so sorry, because it must be really even more frustrating and difficult to understand and cope. And hopefully they have parents that are supportive. Like I said, I've been doing the COVID study, and I feel like that's hopefully helping. If any of you have an opportunity to do a COVID study, you definitely should. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you for letting me share my Parosmia journey with you. Follow the Parosmia playlist and see if there's any helpful tips and tricks that you can use. I know this nail trick is not bad at all. I only have one more left to do, this one. And also peruse my channel. I have an art channel. I do tutorials for different types of art and miniatures. So I hope that you guys subscribe, like my videos, share my videos. If there's someone suffering with parosmia, share this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Talk soon. Peace.